and welcome back to my channel, Mythic Tarot. So today we're back with another pick-a-card reading. This time the topic is going to be, what is your soul's purpose? What are some things that your soul is here to do, here to explore in this incarnation, in this lifetime? There's going to be 4 piles today, and as always, just a reminder, I'm an intuitive reader, not any, licensed therapist, counselor, doctor, lawyer, or, finance advisor or anything. So these messages are meant to support your own inner knowing, not replace your own judgment. If something is resonating, let it affirm what you're already feeling deep down inside. And if it's not resonating, feel free to leave it behind. These are general readings, so it is true that there might not be a pile for you here today. Or even if there is a pile for you today, maybe only some of the messages in that pile are for you. So please remember, this is a general reading. But hopefully there'll be a message for you today. And of course, there can always be messages for you too in different videos, perhaps. I'm excited to have you here with me today. I'm excited to do this reading. Let's just jump into it. Please remember, for the timestamps, if you want to jump ahead, if you already know which pile you want to choose, the timestamps, as always, are in the description below. So here is pile number 1. We have the 28th path, the star. And your stone that you might be drawn to is the moonstone today. Pile number 2, you have the 14th path of the Empress. And your stone is pyrite. Pile number 3, you have the 26th path, the 20th path, the Hermit. And we have lapis as your stone. Lapis lazuli. And for number 4, we have the 15th path of the Emperor. And we have a fire opal, fire agate, not an opal, a fire agate for you as your stone today. Okay, and please remember, in this particular reading, we're going to be exploring a lot of different soul paths in each of these 4 piles. So it is true that your soul could have a couple of different purposes really in this lifetime, and so you might be drawn to more than one pile, and that's totally fine. You're free to jump between the piles or pick as many as you feel called to pick today. All right, without further ado, I'm going to give you about a minute to meditate on the piles today. And then I'll see you in the reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome back to my channel, Mythic Tarot. Mythia here today for another pick-a-card reading with you. This one's very exciting. It's about what is your soul's purpose here in this incarnation on Earth. already, oh, I'm getting shivers. So definitely, I didn't really pull any astrology cards, but I will say, based on everything I'm seeing already and feeling already from this pile, you might be an Aquarius or have very strong Aquarius or Uranus energy in your chart, like Sun in Aquarius, Moon in Aquarius, Aquarius rising, okay? Even Aquarius, Mars and Mercury too, I would say as well, or even Venus. So just like Aquarius prominent in your personal planets, not necessarily your outer planets, but your personal planets, okay? And or Uranus in the first house or fifth house, just somewhere very prominent in your chart, for sure. You could have like a stellium, I would say, especially seeing all the stars in the star. You could have like a stellium of placements, okay, in in Aquarius, or in making strong aspects, other planets making strong aspects to Uranus. You already, I can say, you have strong insight. You have a unique way of viewing the world. That might be a compliment or a comment people say, is you have a unique way of phrasing things, a very unique way of looking at things, and you inspire a lot of inspiration in people. So already with the star, your life path, part of your life path is to have hope, follow your dreams, provide inspiration to other people, provide an alternative or unique way of looking at the world to people, swaying public opinion. I think being a leader, perhaps being even famous, okay? But let's get into it. What we're going to do, I'm going to flip over all the pre-shuffled oracle cards I have pulled for your pile. And then a little bit later on, we have some advice from Spirit, advice from your spirit guides for right now. So that has a couple tarot cards and a numerology message, okay? So we have the 28th path of the star. Let's keep that right here. Okay, so we have, as animal guidance to help you on your path, we have the raven with shaman. You are the creator and the magician. Use your gifts for good. There is power in your wisdom and words. Connect with the elemental spirits and glide through the void. Claim your place as keeper of the mysteries. Beautiful. Yes, you definitely have a mysterious energy. Like, look at this purple indigo, this dark blue. You are somebody who certainly has a powerful influence on other people, a powerful energy. Okay, so I've pulled 4 archetype cards. As I said in the introduction, these are general messages. So for sure, you could have more than one of these archetypes as your soul path if they are really calling out to you, or maybe even just one of them, okay? But please remember, this is a general reading. All right, we have Oya. Ooh, I love that. I don't want to put this too low. We have Rose and we have Iris. Okay. Let's put them... I almost want to go through these one by one with you. Okay, so what I'm feeling already, Oya, this is a beautiful, beautiful figure to come out as somebody who's maybe guiding you on your soul path, or somebody who is representing your soul path or embodying some of what your soul path, or somebody you should take guidance from. Oya's, I believe, a Yoruban deity, really. You could say a goddess, and she is a goddess of storms, a goddess of the wind, okay? She's a fertile goddess. And the key word we have here is expression. So remember, I was talking about using your voice or swaying other people. You, I would say, are somebody who has strong transformational energy. The things you say really transform how other people think and feel. Okay, so you are somebody who is certainly here to express yourself, to speak your truth, your own unique truth. Like you, especially being the goddess of storms, wind, I imagine also, lightning or darkness, and having flashes of lightning coming through the darkness. You are somebody that can bring rapid transformation through your insight, through your writing, through your art, through your anything that you create or make. Oya, I believe, had, I think at least, I have to look it up, but quite a few children, like I think 9 or more. And so the things you say, they are fertile, they are inspiring to other people, okay? So you certainly have a power through your voice. You have a transformative energy. You are very spiritual, with the raven being shaman. So your life path here certainly is to be true to yourself. It is, I would say, partially to also have some level of influence, or, ascend and maybe have some fame. That could certainly be in your life path and your soul's mission. You are somebody who should be giving, hope and inspiration. You should follow your dreams. You should follow your heart, okay? And you have insights, very strong insight from spirit. You're very spiritually supported. So that's already some of what's coming through. With Iris and intuition and communication, I just want to second this communication is very strong for you in your soul's purpose. So, that could be motivational speaker. You could be wanting to be an influencer. Again, with this, like standing at the front, bringing change, having influence, maybe even fame, especially with the star. You're definitely speaking your truth, or doing something to unveil truth is a very big part of your soul's purpose in this incarnation. And we also have personal growth. And I really want to link that with wind and with transformation and with change and with the raven. Undergoing change is also a part of your soul's journey. So there could be many endings and beginnings in terms of the things you think, maybe the values you hold as you go through life, and that is okay. You might always wonder, like, why is everything always changing in my life? Even sometimes what I think changes, or my values could change, and that's normal. That's natural in your life's purpose. You are supposed to undergo lots of personal growth that might even come quickly. Just like winds come on quickly and transform you. And with shaman, that is transformative energy. So as well as Aquarius, you could have a Scorpio very prominent, or even Pluto very prominent in your chart. And with all this communication, you could also have strong Virgo or Gemini, okay? Have very strong communication, or strong 3rd house placements, okay? Or strong 11th house placements. Your part of your soul's mission is for sure communication, expression of the new insight and ideas you have, telling the truth-telling, transforming people. So part of your soul's mission could also be to see truths and transform them. But there's more here. So especially with the fame and things I was seeing, we've got the hedonist, goddess, damsel, and healer. So healer for sure, as you go through, right, with the star, and you maybe are inspiring people. This is why I said maybe you could be an influencer, or you could be somebody who is working in, could be counseling, any sort of the kind of healing professions, where perhaps you heal in a unique way. I'm seeing energy here too. Like, you could be an energy worker. You could be somebody who does Reiki with your hands. You could be somebody who sees auras around people, and you could be very much doing energy work, okay? You could be a light worker for sure. So healer with light attributes, a passion to serve others by repairing the body, mind, and spirit, ability to help transform pain into healing. So that could be through many different things. With the star, and it's funny, I'm hearing a lot of crows outside my window right now. I don't know if you can hear them, but I just want to second that with the raven. I know a raven and crow is different, but they're all corvids, very intelligent animals, and Aquarius energy is very intelligent. But it's also balanced, so we have the water bearer. So seeing healer come out here is no surprise to me. You are somebody, I feel like you can very easily speak to the collective conscious. You can put words to things like grand collective patterns that are happening very easily. So if you do want to be somebody who is in the spotlight, that will be, you'll shine like a star, really. This will be a huge part of your soul's journey, of your soul's mission here, is to communicate through your intuition, through your ability to feel out what's going on in the collective, to feel what's going on with other people. You might heal through words. So I feel like that could be writing. It could be some sort of speaking, like if you're an influencer and you make some sort of videos or art, something that's transformative for people, you can create, and it'll be very easily. And look at this, transform pain into healing. We have strong transformational energy here. I also want to say with Iris, now this is not a message, if you look up Iris, you won't really find this message. This is my message that my spirit guides give to me with Iris. It is ancestor communication especially. So I think you might also have a very strong connection with your ancestors. And seeing what's here, Maybe you could be somebody who is from, you know what, you have to forgive me. I'm not sure the exact region. I know with Yoruban deity, that could be from, I think, Nigeria, but it doesn't just, I don't think it has to be limited to Nigeria, okay? But perhaps you do have heritage or an interest, or feel perhaps you lived some sort of past life in that area geographically, or part of a community where Oya could have been, you know, worshipped, or part of the pantheon, the Yoruban pantheon, okay? So you could also be, it doesn't have to specifically be that, that's just part of what I'm seeing. With Iris, it can also be just that you actually have the ability to channel. You part of your soul's purpose might be that you are a channel, okay, for spirits. So you could have a spiritual gift. I would say not just of clear knowing, which is here for sure, like very clear knowing, clear cognizance, okay? You could also have clairaudience, like you could hear perhaps spirits or things that other people don't. Or I would say also maybe you can actually see or channel passed on spirits, especially if you can make a family connection with them. Or to me, this is just an affirmation and message that you have a, I'm going to say a grandmother energy, okay? Who it could be passed on and be a huge spirit guide for you in this lifetime, okay? Or perhaps in the future, you will be this kind of feminine guide for someone else, like this someone in your matrilineal line, or, you know, somebody coming. So if you have a daughter, you could be a guide one day for your god. Like, you know, time flows both ways. What I'm trying to say is there's a strong family energy where you are either guided or you will guide people in your family, especially women, and especially for you if you are that kind of grandmother energy. Oh, I hope that's making sense, but that's a strong message coming through too. Okay, there's so much more. You're here to explore what you love. So if you are passionate about something, if there's something that you have an interest in, that is what you are here to explore, regardless of whatever anyone else tells you. So that could be it could be anything, like whatever for you inspires you, that is what you are supposed to pursue. It doesn't matter if other people think it's quirky, weird, unique, off the beaten path. You are here to march like to the beat of your own drum, and that's your heartbeat. You are here to do what speaks to your heart, okay? And with healer, following that path will also allow you the opportunity to connect and transform other people and to be a healing presence. So I'm kind of getting the vibes that you're more of an introvert. I'm not gonna lie. So your soul, you might need a lot of time to yourself in order to process the messages that you're getting. But there's more. You have a lot of this strong feminine energy here. So we've got the damsel archetype, okay, as well. Understanding the nature of healthy romance inspires you to rely on yourself. So Aquarius energy, I'm really leaning on to interpret the purpose, some of your soul's mission, some of your soul's purpose. So with damsel, it is to become independent. Maybe it is to be an entrepreneur, you know, again, to be in the spotlight, standing on stage, singing, be in this, or rapping about some sort of important issue in the community. We have this strong 11th house energy, so it's about community, it's about friends, it's about the larger community, okay? So you could be someone that is interested in rapping, R&B, and soul. You could be somebody who is interested in singing, being in the spotlight through speaking. This could even be political engagements, but I feel like I don't really feel that you're somebody who can be contained very easily or wants to be contained like in a strong hierarchy. So I'm not sure that you'd be drawn to necessarily like being in government, but I think that you'd be drawn to like leading a protest against government, okay? If that makes sense. And you wouldn't be afraid to take the microphone and speak on the problems and put a very strong voice to the problems that people are facing, especially if there's intergenerational problems that your community is facing. You could make art that sheds light on that, or speak in a way that sheds strong light on that and promotes change. You could have amazing ideas for change or get involved in the community. We have goddess energy. Oh, I should also I'm going to read the shadow aspects to you too, just so you can see them. So damsel shadow aspects could be like waiting for a knight to like save you, okay, or provide you with provide for you, provide you with resources, or even like a seduction by romantic illusion, right? Like if you are acting innocent and naive to bring somebody to you, that could be something you might overcome. So it could be, I'm not saying for sure, but perhaps in the worst energy, you could have, maybe when you were younger or before learning, you could be manipulative, kind of siren people to you, but have an ulterior motive. So part of your soul's mission, I think, is learning to be straightforward with how you speak. Although I think it will come pretty naturally to you. Healer shadow attributes could be taking advantage of those who need help, or failing to care for oneself. So that's something to be cautious of if you find yourself drawn to those shadow aspects of these archetypes. Let's move on to goddess. So the light attribute of goddess, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. I feel a lot of nature energy here. You know, we have a raven that I don't really know too many people who would keep a raven in captivity. You know what I mean? It's a bird. It's this air energy. It's this communication energy, this can't be tamed energy. The star is certainly a life path that requires being in nature. Especially, like I said, you might be more introverted or need time in nature, time to yourself to process what you think. And this is true too with goddess. I feel that having a garden, being in nature is very important for you. But you are somebody, it can't be denied, that you have a strong like life force, okay? You have a strong creative expression. You have a strong drive to express yourself, which again, there could be Gemini energy here too, okay? So Aquarius, Gemini, I'm feeling Scorpio or perhaps Virgo. Especially with the healing, you know, that could be Virgo. But you are somebody too who you have to be careful with the shadow attribute, the exploitation of female nature and form. So kind of staying grounded is going to be very important for you. This is why I'm recommending, you know, making time for nature in everyday life. But this goddess energy, the feminine expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality, I really feel like you could create... You could use your ability to draw people to you to instigate and create change, to create a following, to create, like, for example, like if you think of Instagram, it's a very visual platform. You might be able to gather a huge following through, posting videos of yourself singing or doing some sort of performance art in order to speak on a larger issue or to inspire people or to just achieve your own dreams or your own pursuits. You'll be very successful with that because you have a sensuality that draws people to you. It's this very divine feminine energy. I think you are a strong manifester. So part of your life's purpose, I feel, is to manifest what you want. So to use your energy to manifest what you want, and that will become easier and easier for you as you go on in life. We also have hedonist. So as light attribute, we have hedonism, which people don't often think of that as a positive, but there is some positives, right? So that's inspiring creative energy to embrace the good things in life, celebrate the beauty in yourself. So to be sensual, to enjoy, maybe this is some Taurus energy here actually too. But to enjoy the beauty of the world, to notice and enjoy the world that we live in. And I feel like this could be part of your message too, in terms of these political messages coming through, like in order to protect the world that you enjoy so much being in, with all the beautiful things to see, the delicious food to eat, with all the wonderful relationships to find yourself in. You want to protect that. So that could be a strong driving force, is your own enjoyment. And that is part of your life's purpose. Your life's purpose is to follow your own dreams and to follow your own interests and pursuits in an individualistic way. And to use your intelligence and your beauty to express yourself, but also to transform and maybe change the minds of other people or sway some of the collective conscious. But some of the shadow attributes just don't give in necessarily to too much pleasure, right? To the detriment of your own health, like overindulgence, excess, indulging at the expense of other people. There is a self-focus here, okay? With Aquarius it is an energy of community, but it's also a independent and self-focused energy. And the same with hedonism, goddess, damsel, and okay. So there is a strong, you know yourself very well, and that is part of your soul's purpose, is to know yourself well. But just don't get stuck there. You have to use that energy then to figure out how you can best help other people, how you can best transform other people and transform the world for a positive way. Okay, so if some of these keywords, some of these attributes are really speaking to you, it's no surprise, because there is a strong energy of self-focus, of achieving your dreams, but also of being through exploring your own path, of being able to be a guide for other people and transform, provide a path, really shed light on a path that other people could perhaps follow too. Strong expression. I think I do see creative expression here. Let's look at some of the advice then for right now, okay, from Spirit. So we have like, what should we maybe do right now? What should you should be focused on in the kind of more present moment in regards to your life purpose? And we have, okay, 6 of Wands, Ace of Cups, and 3 of Wands. So yeah, for sure, you should not shy away from your own success and recognition. 6 of Wands, people are looking up. It's a moment of success. So you will have many moments. I really feel that part of your life purpose could be fame, could be having some recognition. So don't shy away from that. You are meant to kind of be a guide for other people, okay? Especially with the shaman energy. It might not be through working one-on-one, but it might be through what you create in the world, what you say. Will be very transformative for other people, and people will look up to you, and don't be afraid of that. With Ace of Cups, again, this is affirmation. You need to focus on what your heart wants with the cups here, right? A huge part of your path is doing what you want. So if you're not sure what you want, you need to sit down, you need to journal, you need to spend some time figuring out, what do you like to do? What are your natural gifts and abilities? Because your life's purpose is to use your gifts and abilities. And to follow your heart, okay? So if you have a creative idea here with the Ace of Cups, or if you are somebody who has a maybe even a relationship you want to be in, something that really speaks to your soul, speaks to your heart, you need to pursue it if you have an idea about that, okay? And it can also be relationships that you get into as well. You need to follow your heart, follow your emotions, and that will help you fulfill your soul's purpose. So don't necessarily think so much about duty and things like that. Part of your soul's purpose, it is to be like, follow what you want. There's hedonism here. There's goddess energy. Do what you want. Explore your desires, and this will help lead you to your purpose. You are supposed to do that. And 3 of Wands, we have somebody looking out over the world, right? So part of your soul's purpose right now can be to travel. So if you have a travel opportunity, you should take it. That's advice from Spirit. You should take it and let it transform, maybe even quickly. Maybe you travel somewhere else in the world and it radically and quickly transforms how you view the world, or you want to bring those ideas back to your own family or your own community, okay? So let travel inspire you, and let what you learn on those travels help you grow with this personal growth. And then you can, when you grow, you will inspire other people to grow too. We have numerology 255, new choices. Changes are indicators. Changes are coming and will bring new decisions for you to make. Your angels are encouraging you to greet those changes as assurance that your intentions are coming to be. Reflect on negative emotion or worry that you've been ruminating on lately. Take time to visualize it withering into the universe and let it go. Again, change, expression, winds of change. You are not somebody who's meant to dwell on things forever. You're meant to embrace change and follow it, and follow your heart where it goes, follow your desires where it goes as well. And you are meant to have like strong friendships, relationships. So if there is a relationship coming to you as well, or a relationship opportunity presents itself and you feel like maybe you want to explore it, this is also affirmation that you should explore it, because you'll learn about yourself through your relationships with other people. And you might be introduced to something new as well through that. Change is a huge part of, you might be a life path 5, okay? Or 1, you could be 1 or 5. So change is going to be important in your life. And you're meant to enjoy yourself through all the change, okay? Okay, that was a lot of messages that came through pile number 1. Thank you for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this reading, I would love it if you give a like to my channel. It really helps it grow. And then, of course, if you enjoyed the message, you want to see more, I'd love it if you subscribed so that I can see you next time. So, You have a beautiful energy. I want to be your friend, pile number one, for sure. Like, I feel like you're a fun person to be around. I feel like you have a lot of talents. You could be somebody who's so naturally talented and multifaceted and very interesting to be around. Never boring. Okay, that's it for now, pile number one, and I hope to see you next time. Bye-bye. Hi, pile number two, and welcome back to my channel, Mythic Rose Tarot. Mythia here for you today with another pick-a-card reading. This one is exciting. It's all about what is your soul's purpose in this incarnation, in this lifetime. What are some things you're meant to do, some things you're meant to explore, some things you're meant to learn and go through in this lifetime? So a lot of it will probably already be familiar to you, but there could be some new things too. Please keep in mind though, there's going to be quite a few messages coming through, and it is a general reading, so not every message will necessarily resonate as equally, okay? But just know that's normal for a general reading. So you have picked the 14th path of the Empress with creative endeavor, nurturing, and fertility. And also with Pi right here, I really feel this could be your pile. Of course, if you're an earth sign or you have very strong earth energy in your chart, especially Capricorn and especially Taurus energy, and Libra too, because we have the Empress ruled by Venus. We have the sign for Venus here. We have a heart kind of in this pillow here. I'm certainly seeing, oh, and also Virgo too. So Virgo, Libra, Taurus, Capricorn energy for sure, and we'll see what other energies are uncovered as we go. I'm going to flip over the oracle cards I've pre-shuffled now, and then later on I'll flip over these cards which are more immediate guidance from Spirit about what you should be focusing on right now to help you kind of get back on your soul's path, some things you should do, okay? So we have a numerology message and some tarot messages there. Okay. So, of course, let's just start. So with the Empress, part of your soul's path is to pursue creative endeavors. It is probably to have a family, if not a family. So if not to have children or to, nurture like a family unit, something like that, then it is to nurture something within your life, especially a business or a creative idea. So you could for sure be an entrepreneur. You know, somebody who works with your hands. You could be interested in like having a small business where you're working with your hands, like pottery, sewing, art. It could be interior design with the Venus energy, something very aesthetic. You are here to indulge your senses. You are here to eat good home cooked food. You're here to cook your own food, like grow your own food. I believe you are here to, if you can, if it's possible for you to accumulate wealth in the sense of security. So like to have a home that is your own, that you own, and maybe even some land that you can grow your family and that you can grow your own food. We see the corn coming up in the background. She's, an embodiment of earth. So certainly being in nature is very important for you, but not just being in it. I think it's also creating your own little piece of nature, your own little oasis. Now, that doesn't have to mean like a huge amount, like acres and acres of farmland. No, it just means like you're probably somebody who your soul's purpose it is to have a backyard. I know that with, the current state of the world, not everybody is able to. And of course, too, it might mean, as we move forward and there's more and more people, it can be harder. But, even on your balcony, if you can have some, if you're like in an apartment, if you can have some planter boxes and grow some of your own flowers, grow some of your own food, that is part of your life's purpose. It will bring you immense joy. It will bring you a lot of happiness, and you are here to nurture things. So you're here to have pets. You are here to be, that shoulder to cry on for your friends, but also to have a strong determination to move forward with something you want to create in the world, to leave a legacy that you want to leave, to have a little small business, to be an artist, to indulge in, to go on things like wine tasting adventures, to really enjoy all the sensual pleasures of the world. That is part of your life's purpose, for sure. And you should, this is Spirit encouraging you to head towards that. We have Heron with patience. Okay, Create a place in nature's stillness and be renewed. Take time alone to find balance. Step confidently towards your purpose, and patience will bring you rewards. So just like with the Empress, I'm getting an energy that you are somebody who you need to be careful which seeds you plant, because it's important for you to stay consistent and have those seeds grow slowly over time and have patience. So it's not really your life's purpose to rush into things, to jump around to thing to thing to thing to thing. Your purpose in this lifetime is to invest slowly in what you want, to discover what you want, and to invest in it slowly over time and watch it and help it grow so that it yields rewards. You're here to have lasting, long friendships. I'm feeling that energy. Let's see what else comes out though, especially seeing the 2 herons here. I feel like you're somebody who could have a lot of friends for like since you're a childhood. So since you were a child or since childhood, you could have some friends who've really stuck with you. You are somebody, I have 4 archetype cards here, so let's pull them all at once. You are here to be a dilettante. Okay, light attributes. Delight in the arts without having to be a professional. Alerts you to the danger of becoming superficial in your pursuits. Now, a shadow attribute of this could be pretension to too much deeper knowledge let's read that again. Pretension to much deeper knowledge than you actually possess. So that's thinking that maybe you are more knowledgeable than you are, when really you're more like dabbling in something. So if you can see, I'm going to second this message. Look how she's doing so many different activities with her hands. Growing a flower, painting, reading. You are somebody who for sure is meant to dabble in the creative arts and then figure out which one you actually enjoy the most, and then really sowing your seeds there. So really putting energy, time, dedication into that, and leave the rest as hobbies. Don't try to think that you maybe know it all about everything, but I'm really feeling this creative energy here for sure. And with Heron, right, patience, you need to remember to have the patience that as you start something, you're not going to be a master right away. So don't give up on something just because you're not a master right away. Dabble, find what you like, and then invest in it. Show up every day for that. Progress is going to be made for you. I'm going to contrast you to pile number 1. Pile number 1 had like lightning, wind energy, like contrast change. Things are going to be made even like minute to minute, an idea could change. For you, you're meant to go a little bit more slow. You're meant to have patience. You're meant to dabble and then invest. So investment is a keyword here. Mother. I'm not surprised to see mother come out here. That's having nurturance, patience, unconditional love, joy in giving birth to life. So you are for sure meant to give birth to something. It doesn't have to be a child if that's not in your path. And again, this message could be for man or woman. It doesn't have to be just a woman. So this could mean you're meant to be like a mother or a father or a nurturing figure for somebody. I also feel though, I'm kind of getting an energy, this could be like a teacher. You could be a kindergarten teacher. You're somebody who's meant to nurture. You could be like a daycare provider. You could be somebody who is meant to be like if you're like a father or mother, you might like volunteer your time for Girl Scouts, like Boy Scouts, and help share your wisdom about nature. And I think you have a passion for nature, that's for sure. You are somebody who's meant to volunteer your time. You're meant to give selflessly, and you're meant to have enough. You are meant to have enough in this lifetime to generously give to your family, your friends, or to whomever you choose to give to. That is part of your life's purpose. You can know it for sure. You are meant to have abundance. You are meant to have a lot of fun, especially working with your hands. You are somebody who is very talented with your hands. You are somebody who is comforting to people. So no matter where you do end up working, you are somebody who you give comfort to people. They like to see you. You remind them of other people. When they see you, they're reminded of their mother, their father. When you speak in a way that's nurturing, reassuring, and you make people feel like it's going to be okay, especially in these unsure times. So part of your soul's purpose is to provide comfort to other people, not at the expense of yourself though. It is just that you are meant to be so abundant that you have a lot to give. And you are meant to manifest your desires for sure, physically, tangibly. So you are meant to grow your wealth. You are meant to have, I think, property. I'm feeling strong second house energy here. You are meant to grow your self-esteem. You are meant to be kind of unshakable, unrockable, an emotional kind of rock for people and for yourself, and to pursue something that is creative. Whether that is being a parent, And if you are a parent, I'm seeing child here peek through. I think you'll be an excellent parent, like with a lot of fun. Like you'll do, hand painting, with your kids. You're going to be very patient, and that is part of your soul's really contract here on earth. That is something you are meant to do. Even if you don't have kids of your own, maybe you're going to be like the best aunt or uncle ever, really, or you're going to be like an amazing babysitter, or maybe even a teacher, like a teacher of younger kids. I'm seeing. I'm imagining like a kindergarten environment, or like grade 1, 2, 3, like younger kids. You're a lot of fun. Like kids really like you, that's for sure. You might have kids just smile at you a lot. Okay. Child with divine, we have innocence, purity, and redemption, suggests a special connection with the divine. Shadow attribute, an inability to defend oneself against negative forces. So you are a very positive person. You might be kind of naive too. Maybe you don't like to deal with the shadow aspects of life. You don't really want to deal with that, and that's okay. That's very natural for you. You are meant to enjoy life. You are meant to deal with the more positive things. You are like a sunflower, not a nightshade. Do you know what I mean? You are meant to thrive in the sunlight. You're meant to help grow things. You're meant to help bring out potential in other people. You are somebody meant to play. You are meant to enjoy your life. And then we have queen too. So it doesn't matter if you're a man or a female or a woman, male or female. You have this queen energy, which is a very regal feminine energy. You are meant to use your benevolent authority to protect others. So you are a protective figure. I feel too, so with the shadow attributes, let's say first, that could be becoming arrogant when authority is challenged. So it could be controlling or demeaning. So be careful of that negative side. Like again, to think that you know more than you do, to become smothering, to be naive, or to become controlling. You're meant to understand that there's a season, there's a time for everything, and you need to wait for that time. So there's the correct time to discipline, there's the correct time to play, there's the correct time to build something, the correct time to sit back and rest and let it grow. And you will become more in tune with those cycles as you continue forward in life, as you learn lessons, as you move forward. So with queen though, I do see like a parent energy. So I see an entrepreneur energy here. I don't think you're meant to work for somebody else. That will be very difficult for you. You have your own ideas. Taurus energy is very stubborn. Like you can get along well with other people, and like there's a beauty. You're good with relationships, but there's the stubbornness here too. Okay, so I think you want to be in control, especially with these. I think it's best to harness these shadow aspects. So if you're someone where you want to be in control, you should create an environment where you are the boss, where you are the runner of your household, where you are making the rules that make you happy. Of course, not in the extreme, like where it's harming other people. That's not what I mean. I just mean like you are going to be very successful if you are the person who's running your household. This for sure is a pile of somebody who could also be a stay-at-home mom, stay-at-home parent, stay-at-home dad, where your energy is very invested in your family. You are very family focused. I'm seeing with mother-child here. You are somebody that will enrich the lives of other people through art. So I for sure could see you also playing an instrument. You bring so much joy and light to other people through sharing your gifts. And a lot of it is for pure enjoyment, and that is okay. That not everything has to be done for a purpose. It can just be for fun. It can just be for the enjoyment of it, okay? We have, for goddess energy here, we have Demeter. Demeter came out in my last video, actually, so you could have picked her. I think it was pile number 1 in my previous video. But Demeter, again, this is this energy of the harvest. She is a goddess of changing seasons. She fiercely loved her daughter, who was kind of taken from her by Hades, right? And that all feeds into the cycle of why there's winter and summer and different seasons. But eventually it was worked out where her daughter could be returned to her from the underworld for half of the year. And so for the part of the year where her daughter Persephone is away from her, winter comes to the land. She's not able to, grow things or have the harvest because of her grief and her sadness. Her daughter's gone from her. And then in the second half of the year, there's the return of light, the return of her daughter to her world, and then we have the growth and the harvest. So what I'm seeing here is you are certainly meant to have many seasons in your life. You're meant to have seasons of inactivity and seasons of productivity. So do not force yourself to always be productive. That's not going to work for you, okay? You are all about slow, consistent, patient growth. So this is not your pile if you are somebody who is extremely impulsive, extremely restless, okay? This might not be your pile. Or if it is your pile, if you find yourself with those aspects, your advice is to temper that down a bit and understand and come to peace that there are cycles that you need to get in tune with. You are supposed to be in tune with your cycles. If you are a kind of a woman, for sure, I'm also getting a feeling here that you might need to cycle tune, like to your own menstrual cycle. And what I mean is, when we're talking about hormonal cycles, like it's going to be like a 28-day cycle, right? So sometimes you're going to have more productivity and sometimes you're going to need to rest, like when you're actually on your period. So, sorry if that's, if you are somebody who does not have a period and you're listening to this, that message might not be for you. But it just means that just take from it in general that you should attune your action to the season you're actually in, okay? But especially if you're a woman and you are somebody who has a period, you might need to adjust your expectations of yourself and know that some days you need to rest way more than you need to be productive. And it's going to be really difficult for you to be productive if you're forcing it. You are not meant to force it, that you are meant to move with a lot more ease, but you are meant to be consistent at the same time, okay? Your success will come with the consistency. Sunflower, yeah, you're somebody who's meant to be positive. You are, like I said, you're meant to be generous. You are meant to have enough in your life to give very freely to other people. That could be money, that could be donations, that could be time. I certainly think this could be internships if you're somebody who's running a business. When it comes to business, I'm definitely seeing something where you have a product, maybe a service, but definitely a product. Like, so you're somebody who could actually be a farmer. You could literally like grow lavender and sell it at farmers markets, or grow vegetables and sell them. You could be a painter, somebody who sells painting, prints. You could be somebody who does design. So maybe you design like curtains or patterns or something for wallpaper and you sell that. With this kind of energy, this is very tactile. Maybe you're a potter. Maybe you work with the earth. If you are in like more bigger business, I feel like it's going to be like oil and gas or something like that, where there's a very like earthy, tangible thing that is being sold or in transactions. I don't really feel like it's going to be technology. I don't think it's going to be anything like that, but I do see strong entrepreneurship energy here. So you are and I definitely see like home business with all this second house energy coming through. Something where you can also pass on it on to your child, or maybe like get your family involved. And you want to be the ruler of it though. That's natural for you. Your soul's purpose, you're definitely not meant to work for other people. We have Daisy, innocence and joy, with this mother and child energy, I feel. There's such a light energy with you and your soul. Like, you are here of course, to work, but you are here to enjoy your family. You are here to, you're not here to be like a detective who's like a police officer investigating crimes. You are here to enjoy the earth, to feel the sun on your face, the sand under your feet, to enjoy that life, to create art that makes other people smile, that beautifies people's homes. Like, for example, like I said, like artwork, or I feel like, especially with the Taurus energy, you could have a beautiful voice, so you could do singing too, but I'm feeling more like a product that you give to people. You're somebody who really could create a beautiful home. All right. That is so much information that just came through. So let's continue on. Let's have a look at the message from Spirit for things you should be focusing on right now. Okay. And things, not just right now, but like other things that are part of your soul's purpose, but actions and things to focus on that will help you be in tune with your life's purpose. Oh, okay, so we have the Two of Cups. I love that. Like I said, you are somebody who is meant to have relationships with other people and to focus on family. This could also be business relationships, like going into business with your own parents. You could be meant to like continue on a family business or legacy, or to create something that you pass on, like literally owning a house that you then pass on to your kids. Let's keep going. But this is emotional connection with other people. You are very good at one-on-one connections. I think, like I said, you have friendships from when you were a child still. And that is part of your life's purpose. You are meant to have long-lasting connections. King of Pentacles, yeah, you're meant to have strategic planning. You are meant to have a focus on the material wealth and material things in your lifetime. You are somebody where as you gain expertise, as you gain confidence, as you gain life experience, as you work and you gain and make good investments, you are somebody who is supposed to have more material wealth and the luxuries in life. You are somebody who definitely prefers like quality over quantity. So for you, you want one really well-made house rather than owning 10 shoddy apartments, right? Or you also could be a landlord, I have to say. You could be somebody who's wants to make an earning from investments in or owning houses or housing or real estate, okay? But you are not somebody who's like a shoddy kind of scammy landlord. No, you would rent out really nice apartments or houses, and it would be important for you to provide environments for other people that are healthy. As well, you are somebody who perhaps part of your soul's purpose is to just enjoy the finer things. So it is to wear natural fibers like cotton, linen, silk, wool, okay, and to have longer seasons of rest. So you are somebody where you could come from a farming family or a farming community, where you could be meant to live in a smaller town, and you will thrive a lot more in a smaller town. And you will definitely thrive as the boss with the King of Pentacles. You have the knowledge, you have the know-how, you have the right disposition and personality to lead. Knight of Pentacles, yeah, you're not meant to rush. You are meant to be strategic, to plan things slowly, to invest things and watch them grow. So right now, the advice is that you invest in your friendships. If you have some of the funds, you can maybe invest in some nicer things. Like, this is the kind of energy where you don't want fake costume jewelry. Like, you are somebody where once you can afford it, you want to have the real thing that comes from the earth. Like a real diamond, not a lab-created one. A real emerald, not a lab-created one, okay? And you would rather have like one good thing than a million crappy versions of the same thing. And we have some advice from the numerology deck from Spirit, from your angels, which is 900 effects. What you give, you get. Yeah, what you reap, you sow. All you have sent into the world has been collected and multiplied and is ready to be sent back to you. Take a moment now to reflect. What realizations have you had in recent interactions with people and places? Journal about a lesson you've learned and how you plan to use it to grow. Yes, you are meant to grow. You are meant to grow other people. You are meant to grow yourself. You are meant to manifest what you want. You are meant to have physical things in this lifetime. So you can certainly manifest wealth, money, a beautiful environment very easily, and you are meant to have harmonious relationships with other people. So the advice here too is, if you're in an environment, like if you're living in a windowless apartment, you need to do everything you can to move into somewhere that has light. So, okay, you're meant to follow the light the same way the sunflower always turns and follows the sunlight. I'm thinking of a song lyrics, all flowers in time bend towards the sun. I can't remember what song it's from right now. If I remember, I'll put that song that's from in the comment for you, pile number 2. But you are somebody who's meant to be positive. You are meant to be in a healthy, positive environment with good sunlight, with healthy water, clean water, and eating, foods from the farmer's market, okay? You are meant to take really good care of yourself. You are meant to take really good care of other people. If you're wondering if you are somebody who's meant to have children, of course, I can't really tell you that for sure, only you'll know, but this is affirmation. If you're feeling like, I'm meant to have children, this is for sure. If you're feeling like I'm meant to have a business, you are. You are meant to attract so much wealth and beauty, and you're really meant to live in comfort. And you are meant to, I think, also have a very strong, you're the kind of person who I think it's very unlikely that you get divorced unless you rush into it. So you are the kind of person where that advice, only fools rush in, really, where angels fear to tread. If you rush, you could have disaster in your life. So you are meant maybe to, marry the right person. Have patience, and you will have rewards, okay? Be very intentional with what you grow, and it will come. Don't give up halfway. You have to keep going through the slog of things. So you have to keep going through the rest season. Take your rest and then come back to it. You're not meant to be a quitter. And so if those are things you're doing, you have to change them so that you can see the rewards you're meant to see. You know, if you need to go through nursing school in order to be a nurse, or go through doctor school to be a doctor, you're meant to do that. Don't drop out halfway. Just take it easy though. Don't try to do too much in one day. That would be working against your purpose. Okay. You have such a beautiful energy, I want to say, pile number 2. This is an energy where you're definitely selective, I feel, about the friends you have, but and the people you let into your life for good reason. And you're supposed to be selective because you are meant to really amplify and grow things, but there's going to be people for sure who want to be friends with you because you have a beautiful energy, you have a kind word, like you're a comforting person to give. People might really like hugs from you, and they might really like your touch, or you might even have these weird experiences where people do touch your like leg or your shoulder or something because just they want to touch you, that physical touch. Like you have a very strong physical presence. Okay. You are also protective over other people too, like with the child. Like you are meant to protect what's good in the world. So if you're somebody right now where you're like lying a lot or lying to yourself, you need to move away from that. That's not you. That is not your soul's purpose. You are meant to tell the truth, the difficult truth, and you are meant to have integrity in your actions, because when you have integrity, right, you grow good things. So you're not supposed to take shortcuts. You are supposed to do the hard work. You are supposed to put in the hard effort, and that will give you the most rewards. That is your soul's purpose. That was a lot that came through. Thank you, pile number 2. I really enjoyed reading for you in this one. If you enjoyed this reading, please, I would love it if you give this video a like. It really helps my channel grow. And also, if you'd like to subscribe, I'd love for you to subscribe so I can see you in the next one. And of course, too, if anything really resonated, I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Or if not, I'd love to know that too, but also why. So if something, didn't seem quite right, I would also like to know why too if you leave a comment. But I like to engage with you, so please feel free to chat with me in the comments below as well. All right, bye number 2. Have a beautiful and very blessed day. Get out in the sunshine. Bye-bye. Hi, pile number 3, and welcome back to my channel, Mythic Rose Tarot. Mythia here, and I'm very happy to be bringing this reading to you. I think it's an exciting topic and very relevant because it's about what is your soul's purpose on this earth at this time, in this lifetime, in this incarnation. So this is your pile if you've picked the lapis lazuli crystal or the 20th path of the hermit. So first off, you could be a Virgo, okay? You could have Virgo energy very strong in your chart, but I would also say Pisces energy too. For me, I think it's because the Hermit travels at night, okay? It reminds me of the Moon card, which is a Pisces card. And so I think you could be a Pisces, you could be Virgo, or have it strong in your chart. The keywords for this path are spiritual guidance, commitment, and a way shower. And so those are going to be very key elements for your life path. I think you are a philosopher. I think you're philosophical. You are probably the black sheep of your family. You go your own path, and it can be lonely at times. But this is part of your soul's purpose, is to seek knowledge, is to seek counsel, is to go inwards and grow your wisdom. But also, I feel some Sagittarius energy here too personally myself, because there is an interest in learning, in higher learning, in inner learning. So that is where I get the idea for the philosophy too. So you are going to be someone who perhaps it is your path to study, to really study something. So to like go all the way through to a PhD, maybe even the first in your family to, get a college degree or something like this. But you deal with ideas, you deal with abstracts, you deal with information. You are so wise and you are very focused and precise. But you also have to have the trust to move forward, because the lantern, right, for the Hermit, it doesn't illuminate the whole path, just the next few steps. So you are someone who's also very courageous because you're out there in the unknown, leading the way. So you are a way shower, a leader, and you might find that your soul's purpose is has something to do with giving advice. So to me, this could be being like a writer, a philosopher, maybe like a self-help writer, or somebody who especially with Virgo energy, maybe like who is a counselor or like communicates, or helps to heal people through communication. So it could be writing. Perhaps you're a fiction writer and you are imparting knowledge through abstract or archetypal, oh my gosh, archetypes or archetypal wisdom that you could find. So for example, like in high fantasy, you have, the wizard and you have like the orphan. So, and those kind of archetypes have lessons for us to see ourselves in and for us to learn from. So you could be somebody who utilizes these very long-term archetypes that have been passed down through human history and through human experience, and you could use them to help benefit other people. So there's lots of ways, but I think you are somebody who is helpful. You are naturally of service to other people, but you also lead a path that is your own, that is going your own way. And that's why you could be somebody who is like I said, the black sheep of your family. You're doing something unique. But with Lapis, certainly you are very wise. There's this throat chakra and a third eye energy. So I think you can also be very interested in the occult. And maybe that is the way that you're walking a path that's different than other people. So I feel this particular pile can be very psychic. So I also feel Scorpio energy. So you could be very focused and have very transformative energy. Okay. And for all of the piles here, this is oracle cards to show your life purpose. And remember, there can be many shown in this reading. This is a general reading. So just know not every message might be for you, but hopefully there's at least a few in here. And of course, remember too, you can explore the other piles if you felt called to as well. And then these cards here are actually more like today, like advice for today from Spirit, on how to realign with your path, for example, or what actions you should take to get aligned again. Okay, so we have the polar bear with Mystic. Yeah, like I said, I feel like you can be a spiritual leader, but different than the Hierophant. Okay, so I don't really see you as somebody who's necessarily like a pastor or like involved in a traditional spiritual hierarchy, like what I mean is like a church or like belonging to a traditional kind of big organization. Like you are kind of outside of organization. You are going through a path and gaining your own unique wisdom through independent pursuits. So this is very independent energy. And with polar bear as a mystic, polar bears are quite solitary. They do travel with their like mother polar bears do travel with their children. But polar bears are often very solitary. They're very powerful. They go through this snowy landscape by themselves, and they can navigate it with their powerful bodies and their intelligence. They're so smart and fearsome. Okay, so the polar bear mystic knows that challenges make you stronger, has faith when you face adversity, takes time to rest, dream, or renew strength, embraces psychic abilities, and carries the shaman within. So you are somebody, again, there's this very strong spiritual energy. You are someone, I think you could write a book on it, or you could just be exploring it, but you are philosophical. You are somebody where you can be sitting by yourself, but going on an entire adventure in your mind, or creating inventions and new ideas in your mind that are very different than things other people have come up with. Okay. Some people might not understand you, and that can be lonely. So that can be part of your soul's purpose, is to go first. And sometimes the sadness or like the pain of being somebody who goes first, or is who's unique and advanced, it is that you might do so alone at first, and it might not be embraced right away by other people. But ultimately, because you go first, it makes you a leader, and it makes you somebody who can pass on and like look back and pass on your wisdom to other people, the same way that the the hermit in this image, right? The footsteps in the snow, you can imagine, like provide a path forward for other people to follow. So it's a very important work. Okay, we have here's some archetypes we have. I'm going to pull 4, and we have the hermit. Wow. So again, seeks solitude to focus intently on inner life and serves personal creativity. Shadow attributes could be withdrawing from society out of fear or negative judgments of others, refusing to help those in need. So that would be energy to kind of avoid, but it might be natural to you to really isolate yourself. But this is a powerful purpose for you, is to gain knowledge from going your own way, from going first, from your having a rich inner life. So you're definitely more of an introverted person. It is not your life's purpose to go like plan parties and network and be like the life of the party and like do shallow things, like only have conversations about celebrity gossip. That is not your life's purpose. You are somebody who is more likely to go through a long period of study and then become a professor, or to write a book, or to become a healer of some sort. Whether it is in a traditional sense or another sense, that remains to be seen, and it's kind of based on what you would choose for yourself. But this kind of hermit energy is much more focused on ideas. It's much more focused on deep ideas, depth of ideas, wisdom and knowledge, and definitely philosophy, okay? Okay, we have exorcist. Ooh, interesting. So that is freeing yourself and others of destructive impulses. Shadow attribute, fear of facing your own demons. So there is, with the exorcist, I would say that there is, you're very brave. You are like, especially with the polar bear here in the mystic, you are brave. You are somebody who, I don't think for you that you are really dealing with this shadow attribute too much. That's not the energy I get, because you are walking into the darkness, into the unknown. So you are a very brave person. You are meant to be brave. You are meant to have interactions with the dark sides of life and to find the light and to bring that to other people, to show them the way forward through darkness. So you're somebody that people might come to for answers. Like, you might even have comfort or good answers to give people when they come to you and ask, like, why do bad things happen? Why are there bad things that happen in the world and it's not fair? You might be somebody who is able to bring people and provide them with some comfort about the ups and downs of life. You can talk about the negatives. You are somebody who can navigate the darkness with a lot of tact, okay? And you're also very focused, I would say. And you do have this, you are very spiritual. You have a shaman-like energy, a mystical energy, this exorcist energy. You can identify, what I will say, if you wanted to be something like a counselor, a therapist, a psychotherapist, psychoanalyst, something like this, or even I'm going to say like an investigator, like you can find the darkness in people and other people easily, just the same way you can find the darkness in yourself. But you also have the wisdom, the experience, the knowledge, and the know-how to find the light to counterbalance that darkness. So you could find yourself definitely in the healing professions, like but I'm kind of feeling like that Scorpio energy of like psychology or investigation or something along those lines. But also this other path too of like exorcism, okay? Which is kind of a very different kind of approach or like type of spiritual work, is exercising. So to exercise like the darkness, or, traditionally think of that, and I think of it like almost the Christian religion, like exorcising demons, the work a priest or somebody might do. So that could be work that you're interested in too, is to come in as somebody who's kind of a specialist. We have teacher. I'm not surprised to see this teacher card at all. You are somebody who I said could go through lots of study. When I think of teacher though, I see it more so as like science teacher, mathematics teacher, philosophy, maybe English. I don't really see you being like a gym teacher, an art teacher. You are somebody who can deal more with the practical matters of life, and you have very piercing insights into the mind and into the real world. So you have an ability to communicate knowledge, experience, skill, or wisdom that you have personally been through, okay? Shadow attributes could be like manipulating, abusing students, teaching negative traits and destructive skills. But again, this is your soul's purpose, is to move towards these light attributes. So I don't get the feeling you're struggling too much with this. I do think you can be hard on yourself though, and have a tendency to self-isolate. And that could bring you loneliness. So you are meant to reach out to other people sometimes, okay? But a huge part of your life path, a huge part of your soul's purpose, it is to go through that isolation, to be in your own mind, to find your own inner wisdom, to go through trials. Ooh, we have detective. Okay, I love seeing detective. I think I might have even said detective earlier. With that Scorpio energy. So you have that strong power of observation and intuition and desire to seek out the truth. Oh, that's one word I haven't used yet. Yes. When you're on this pathway, when you're on this hermit pathway, you are seeking out wisdom and truth. And truth at all costs. Like, even if it's the ugly truth, okay? You want to deal with the truth. You would rather have the full dark truth than a pretty lie any day of the week. And you feel like you can only really move forward once you have the truth. You really want to work with the truth, even if it's unpleasant, okay? You're willing to deal with the unpleasant things in life. So I'm almost feeling like you could even work with like in prison, like a prison psychologist, or be interested in prisoners, or people who be interested in people who do break societal norms and rules, and you want to understand, investigate, so that you can maybe help to protect other people, and give them advice. It reminds me of those kind of detectives who interview lots of psychopaths or things like that, and then write a book about tells or ways to tell if someone's like manipulating you the same way as a psychopath would. Do you know what I mean? So going through that path, and then finding the knowledge so that you can then create a resource to help other people. This would be very in line with your life purpose. But also in line with your life purpose would be to work within a church environment, or to work as a healer, or to work as a contractor, a researcher, an independent contractor, to work as a counselor, a psychiatrist, a therapist. These sort of things where you're working really one-on-one with people would be very in line with your energy, to show the way to somebody, to show them, to illuminate for them the truth. Artemis. Okay, we have Artemis with independence, and you can see her with her bow and arrow, and she's often represented by the dogs, but you can also see in the background this bear kind of representing the untamed wilderness. So I love seeing the two bear things here. And bears are also often seen as like independent or solitary kind of animals, okay? And with the moon cycles, Artemis is often depicted at night, or like as in tune with moon cycles. I believe Artemis is also, it's kind of that Virgo energy. Virgo is the maiden, and Artemis, I believe, is also a virgin goddess, and but also seen as like a huntress who is very precise, a goddess of the wild hunt, wilderness, and nature. So this is extremely in line with everything we've already pulled, especially with this hermit pathway. You are somebody who's meant to go out into the wilderness and untangle things, and to like create a path for other people. But you are also very precise, and I would say cunning, and very intelligent. So this Virgo energy is very strong. You are definitely, pile number 3, you are an introverted person. Okay, that is very clear. You probably need a lot of alone time, and that is natural for you. So don't force yourself to be somebody who is like, it's not really your life path to be like the life of the party, or to force yourself to talk when you don't want to, or you're not ready to. You talk best when it's something you've gained a lot of skills. So you can be in the spotlight, but it's driven by a desire to share your knowledge, expertise, okay? And detective, yeah, for sure. I feel like you could be somebody who has great powers of observation, of hunting. You like hunt down the truth, okay? And like I said too, like you can find the problems in something. So you're a great problem solver, working within systems and seeing the problems, working as an independent contractor and coming in and like finding problematic people. That could be very, very much a part of your life path. Okay, let's flip this one over. So we have Hyacinth, spiritual growth and beauty. This is very aligned with the Virgo energy. And so if you can see, there's a lot of the same colors happening through here too. Oh, wow, a lot of the same colors. Monkshood, mystery and protection. So again, this energy of like interviewing, the negative aspects of the world, or like investigating it in order to bring protection to other people. So like investigating true crime or things like that, and then teaching other people how to keep themselves safe would be very in line with your work, or your purpose in this lifetime, some of your soul's purpose in this lifetime. You are somebody who definitely, the spiritual growth is very important. So you could be very interested in religions, world religions, spiritual practices, cultural practices around the world as well. And you might travel alone to experience them as well. Okay. Now let's jump into some of the guidance from Spirit for right now. Oh yeah, with Artemis too, you might be somebody who's more active at night, like mentally active at night, or you might be a night owl, and that's very natural for you. You also might be very interested in the occult, or in the occult. That would be very natural for you to have an interest in the occult. Okay, so we have from Spirit, we have the advice of Trusted Universe, 893 as a number, with step into the unknown. The universe has an abundance of opportunities for you, but you have to step into the unknown to receive it. Yeah, the hermit goes into the unknown to find the path, to find the opportunities. So your angels are supporting you and reminding you not to let fear hold you back from growth. Stand in front of our mirror and repeat to yourself, I can handle anything that comes my way with confidence and grace. Do this until it feels natural. So the universe is saying, if it feels like there's darkness before you, you need to trust that you can go through that darkness and you do have spiritual support, and you don't need to be afraid. It is natural for you to go through trials and to come out the other side. So you will come out the other side. And then for practical advice about what you should do right now or focus on, we have the Emperor. Yeah, that is definitely stepping into your confidence more, which could be like stepping in front of a class to teach what you've known. So definitely part of your soul's purpose could be to be, I see it like a philosopher, to be a university professor, like more so than like a kindergarten teacher, you know what I mean? We have 8 of Swords. Yeah, it is to trust that you have the power to, you are not trapped. You do have choices. You do have the intelligence and the experience to be able to free yourself from anything that's kind of mentally trapping you right now. So if there's something that you're worried about, and I feel like there's something that's disappointed you, right now what you need to do is let go of kind of fear and disappointment, step forward into your confidence and your Emperor energy, and move forward in that direction. So you need to move on. You need to let go of something that has disappointed you. You need to focus on the things that are going well in your life, okay? There's something you have to let go of here emotionally. There's some disappointment that has happened. And it's something that's kind of making you feel kind of tied up, like you're kind of tied up to this disappointment. And you need to know that you can take the blindfold off yourself. You can kind of shimmy and cut these strings that are binding you. The 8 of Swords I actually feel is a very positive card because it gives you the choice to, the choice of self-empowerment. You are the one who can take yourself out of the kind of mental torment. You are the one who is able to free yourself. So again, with this independent energy, don't wait for somebody else to come by and tell you what to do or save yourself. You are meant to go inwards and figure it out for yourself and then move on. And you are meant to step into more of a leadership kind of energy right now and take control of your own life. So maybe if someone's trying to tell you what to do, this is the energy of stepping back into your own power, overcoming something that disappointed you and moving on. That could be something you need to do right now, okay? Stepping forward with confidence. The Emperor is definitely a leader energy. It's this Aries energy, okay? So that's why I say stepping forward with a little bit more confidence right now is advice from Spirit. Okay, I think those are the messages that are coming through pile number 3. You certainly have a very powerful, a very spiritual life purpose, soul purpose in this lifetime. There's lots of things that you are meant to do, and you have the strength to do a lot of it independently, to go first with some of this Aries energy too, and to lead the way for other people. You are definitely someone who is meant to serve other people and have that, serve people with knowledge and information, but also spiritual information. And you are somebody who is meant to be focused on, maybe one thing at a time. Okay. You have great powers of observation, that is for sure. You can troubleshoot things very easily. All right. Those are the messages coming through pile number 3. Thank you so much for watching this reading today. I hope to read the book that you write one day. So if any of this resonated, please, you can tell me about it below in the comments. And also please go ahead and give this video a like if you did enjoy it. That really helps my channel grow. Right now, my channel is very small. So any kind of interaction is very, very helpful for my channel, and I would appreciate. And then, of course, too, if you haven't subscribed, you can always subscribe to the channel to see more. I hope you have a very beautiful day, pile number 3, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Okay, bye-bye. Hi, pile number 4, and welcome back to my channel, Mythic Rose Tarot. I'm happy you can join me today for this reading. I think it's an exciting one. It's all about your soul's purpose in this lifetime. So it could be, tangible things, career paths, just things you're drawn to that you're meant to be drawn to in this lifetime, in this incarnation. So, as always, please remember too that this is a general reading, so not every message may resonate the same that is in this particular pile. I pulled quite a few archetype cards, so there could be some different or even competing messages coming through. So just remember, if there was another pile that you were interested in, that was drawing you in, you can always check out that pile too. So this is your pile if you were interested in the Emperor, if you were really drawn to this 15th life path of initiative, authority, and leadership. Or if you were really drawn to the fire agate crystal. So what I've done is pre-shuffled some oracle cards for you, which we'll uncover together right now. And I also shuffled some advice from Spirit about how you can connect a little bit more to your soul's path right now. So some actions you should take, and also some angel advice. So let's get started. When I see the Emperor card come through here, it is definitely within your soul's purpose in this lifetime to be a leader, to take initiative, to move forward, maybe even to move forward quickly, okay? But definitely to kind of become a master, to ascend, to use your discerning, and to move forward in life. So there's always going to be a forward momentum. So you could also say to be an authority on things or to be in control, but definitely become an authority because you've gone through the necessary steps, okay? So this could be being a manager, being in government, being in politics, being involved at the top level of an organization, starting an organization, coming up with an invention, doing something new, creating something new, anything like that is very in line with this kind of path. You can even see, right, the Emperor, of course, is Aries energy. So this could be your pile if you have a lot of Sun energy, Aries energy. Oops, sorry, I hit my camera here. So this could be your pile if you have a lot of Aries or Mars energy in your natal chart. So that could be in the first house, sun, moon, or rising, okay? So please know that could be confirmation. Or if you just have a lot of fire energy, okay? And I also feel Scorpio energy because Scorpio is also ruled by Mars. Okay, let's jump right in. So some of the archetype cards I pulled for your soul's purpose in this lifetime that you might embody could be a kingly archetype. Okay, that's really fitting. So again, somebody sitting on a throne. So enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. A shadow attribute could be excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. So that could be something to work to avoid, being too controlling or possessive, okay, or authoritarian. We have hero, a passion for a journey of personal empowerment. I love that. That is very in line, of course, too. That we've got a very forward, energetic energy here. We also have monk or nun. I love this. So we have selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit. This is also, I feel, very Aries kind of energy. So becoming somebody who is kind of an authority on a particular type of spirituality, who is completely devoted to it. That is the energy of the monk. Shadow attributes could be negative judgment of the physical world or excess piety. So being too disconnected from worldly possessions, you could say, or like not kind of having enough. We also have bully. Okay, light attributes. Highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. Again, we've got an Aries. Do you see this Aries kind of sign coming forward in the eyebrows here? So a lot of affirmation here of Aries energy. So you could have an Aries North node or maybe an Aries South node, okay? I'm also kind of feeling... I just feel strong fire in general. I think Leo might end up coming through too with this king. Like that lion, the king of cats, could come through as well. Okay, so we also have, Inanna. So she is a Sumerian god, I believe, of desire, like fertility, but also war and the underworld, I believe. So she's like, it's love, fertility, and like sensuality, but also like war and power. So I'm kind of getting a vibe right here. I don't normally mention Vedic astrology too much because I'm still studying Vedic astrology, but I'm kind of getting a feeling, I think, with this combination of Inanna, you and this Mars energy, you might have like your sun or moon or rising in the, or even your Mars and Mercury, your personal planets somewhere in the Nakshatra Bharani, kind of getting that feeling, okay? That could be confirmation for you. So you could be, I think there's strong Scorpio, there's strong Leo, and there's very strong Aries energy here. I love Aries energy. I love Aries people. I have a lot of friends who are Aries. Okay, let's keep going. So we also have Osmanthus with appreciation and nobility. Kingly nobility, the Emperor, strong leadership energy here. Snapdragon with boldness and endurance. I love it. Lion. Yeah, I'm not surprised at all, pile number 4, to see lion come through. You know, the king of cats, you can think of it, with that beautiful mane. So definitely Leo energy, and we have higher calling. You have within you all the courage you need. Let go of the past and reclaim your majesty. You will find success and contentment with those by your side. Make noble choices for your life and your tribe nobility. And Cougar, assertiveness. Oh yes, you got an extra animal wisdom card about the animal wisdom that will help serve you on your path to your soul's kind of enlightenment, to your soul's purpose in this lifetime. So we have assertive. That is very Aries, being assertive. Okay, very fire and fire sign energy here. In silence, you find power. Claim your leadership role and take action. You know where to go and what to do. You have the courage and confidence to succeed. So pile number 4, let's put this all together. You have a strong vision and you are a leader. You have within you, you have this like this desire, this passion, this love, war, this single-mindedness towards something, which can have its drawbacks, right? We have the bully, you know, maybe being too possessive, too overpowering. But overall, this is your soul's purpose. It is to move forward with a lot of power. You are a very powerful soul. You are here, you know, you're brave. We have the lion, we have the cougar. Oh my gosh, I keep hitting my stand. There's so much like energy here. So that's just confirmation, okay? You are meant to be a leader. This can mean, I would say, a leader at any level. So this could be being a leader in government. If you're interested in government, I definitely see that here with the king, with the hero, with somebody on the front lines. This could be in military. This could be like being a soldier. This could be being a personal trainer. There is a lot of physical energy here and a big focus on the body and maybe how spirit and the body interact together, right? So you are somebody, you need to do sports. You are somebody, you could even succeed in coaching, like coaching, fitness, things like this. You are somebody who, I'm not even sure, perhaps you can like trace back, maybe you are nobility, okay, but maybe you can trace back your ancestry to being of like an upper class or something like that, or even being like tracing it back to a king or a queen or something like this. You have a lot of this nobility, this kingly kind of energy. Definitely what I'm seeing here is somebody who can be and especially with Inanna also being a goddess of war, and we have the strong Mars energy, the hero. You are so brave. You are like on the front lines. You could be somebody who like wants to go ahead and be like a police officer. You could be like a gym teacher. You could be somebody who is like a motivational speaker, personal trainer. I think I already said that one. You could become the CEO. You could become you are a visionary. You are a true visionary, and you have a lot of physical energy. And that your purpose in this lifetime, it is to build a community. I could see you being somebody who like is a what's the word? Like a donor of things. Like you can build a space. Like maybe you build like a community. You are somehow maybe building a community. Like it could be a community of people who meet together and do some sort of exercise. It could be building some sort of building a community center where people can go and go through transformations. But especially with this Inanna, like she is an energy of light and darkness and contrasts, fertility and war. So you might be very interested for sure in like these underworld journeys. So there is also an energy here of like heroism, of psychology, of helping people move through pain. So what I mean when I say building something, like you could start like a help group of people who meet and like work through trauma physically, like through movement, somehow like that. The Emperor is all about this like structure and order and stability. So it could be like bringing stability to people who have endured a lot of chaos. I'm seeing like you could be somebody who helps to coach people who haven't had a lot of order. So I don't know why the word orphans is coming to my mind, but that's kind of like being a part of something like Big Brother, Big Sister, I think is an organization that provides mentorship to people who don't really have it in their lives, like a parent figure. That could be something you're involved in, I'm seeing like sports coach, playing sports with kids, like summer camps, like helping people to empower themselves, especially kids or younger people or like a community of people, kind of creating some order out of chaos. I will say you have a lot of integrity with hero, with king. Like it is in your destiny to rule with a lot of integrity. So you might also, you might be like a motivational speaker, somebody who's interested in psychology and helping people. I'm also seeing you could write a book or something, but you have a lot of physical energy, so that might be hard to sit down and like write for you. You might be somebody that's more into talking. Right now when I'm talking, I feel an abundance of energy. I think I'm talking rather fast right now. I just feel so like alert and forward and like you can jump up and do anything or tackle anything. You have a really strong appreciation for life. You are bold. You are assertive. It is in your soul's purpose to challenge dictatorships or authority. You could be definitely on social media, like leading a rally. You are somebody who has a very strong moral compass, though, too, with the monk and with the kingly energy. Kind of the positive aspects of these is having integrity, is looking after a tribe or a group of people, especially when we have cougars are more solitary, but with the lions, they are in a pride together. So having pride in what you do in your life is, I think, a really big part of your soul's calling. And for bully, you have like an endless amount of self-discipline. You have a lot of energy in order to improve your own life and help to coach and motivate other people to improve their lives. I feel like you could have like a dance studio or something that helps like women work through trauma. I am seeing a lot of masculine and feminine energy here. So, but you could like specialize in something like helping young men or helping young women or helping women overcome something. I'm definitely seeing maybe helping, especially women, or maybe overcome traumas, for sure. What else do I see? What am I feeling? With this bully energy, it's very interesting, but I feel like it's more about helping empower other people to overcome bullying, to overcome their own negative voice in their own head. But it is, you should be cautious of being overly possessive, of being overly like not listening, okay? Being overly, not overconfident, but being kind of egotistic. You should be careful of that, okay? So if you have struggled with that, you need to sometimes take time to listen to other people and take that time more in the silence or dedicate yourself maybe to the other person. But you are somebody who is all about personal growth. That's why I said motivational speaker. You could be somebody who's interested in self-help. You might a self-help book or like start a podcast or something like that. Like you are very powerful. People listen to you. You can ascend very easily to leadership position if you want to. You are supposed to follow your heart, follow your, initiatives, your desire, and move forward boldly with a lot of confidence. You have an abundance of self-confidence, and you are supposed to, okay? Don't let anybody dim your light, because that light is something so many people need. And you are somebody, you speak up for people when they're not in the room. So you have a very soft spot for the underdog, I feel. And you don't, if you ever see somebody being bullied, if you ever see somebody being disparaged and they're not in the room to defend themselves, you don't like that. Like, you don't find that fair. You want everybody to have a chance or have a seat at the table. So you'll speak up to bullies, no problem. You don't have any problem. However, this sometimes can make you enemies, I'm feeling, okay? Because not everybody is used to somebody who just is so straightforward in their communication and in their values and just really puts it out there with their heart on their sleeve. So this could sometimes earn you enemies or create animosity. So if you can learn how to like I said, you might have either North Node or South Node in Aries, which the opposite energy is Libra. So you might need to soften a little bit in your delivery, and that might yield you some better results, okay? I really feel like it is your purpose to become a leader. You certainly, I do not think you can work under some. This is similar to Pile 2, but in a very different energy. You don't really want to work under somebody else because you have your own ideas, and they're good ideas about how to get things done and the way to move forward. Certainly, you have a very strong energy. Be careful. Sometimes people might not feel they can say no to you. So you need to make sure that you take time to really listen to other people. That's something that will be very important for your soul's growth, is to not be overpowering or overbearing. Okay, pile number 4. I feel like you are a guide, though. Like, you are somebody who is supposed to build strong foundations for other people. This is why I feel like maybe you're gonna, in your lifetime, build an organization that, like, helps people, just like the YMCA, okay, right? Is, like, a community staple in helping, that's, like, the Young Men's Community Association, YMCA. You might build something like that, or, like, a program, a fitness program, a self-help program. You could build something like that and sell it and be a very much entrepreneur. And move forward. It's very natural for you if you kind of conquer one thing and want to jump to the next, because you have a lot of energy, a lot of mental energy, a lot of physical energy. So personal growth, inner work is very important to you. I think physical transformation is very much a part of your soul's journey in this lifetime. I for sure see leaving a lasting impact, though, also. You know, you're somebody who's going to gather a community around you. And people will be very thankful. Like, you have this hero energy. It's almost like you're gonna save people somehow. So, I mean, this could also literally mean that you are like a police officer, a firefighter, somebody who's working in the emergency services as well. And there'll be a lot of people who are grateful for the work you do and your bravery. You certainly have a bold heart and courage. Not everybody has courage, okay? Most people don't. I think you are somebody who... I think you're going to encourage people to, like, self-sovereignty, like, really help people master their own lives through discipline, through motivation. Although I will say, I think part of you have a lot of motivation, and I think you have a lot of discipline too, especially to ascend to the, you know, the king and the emperor station. So I think those are two things that you can really help impart to other people, but it is definitely in your soul's journey to have discipline, to move forward kind of single-mindedly to something, okay? But there is compassion too with the Nana. So I feel like your soul's purpose is learning how to balance compassion and also this forward momentum, and bringing balance through to, like, having structures with the emperor. So, like, it's kind of like balancing these two energies, like having structures and compassion, light and dark, masculine, kind of feminine energy, love and war. You're always on the edge balancing things, and this is part of your soul's purpose, is balancing things. But you are a brave soul, 100%. Yeah, you could build... I'm seeing somebody who maybe, like, starts a foundation, maybe to, like, to help women through trauma. Maybe you are, like, creating a spiritual sort of body of work, or maybe artistic, about descent and rebirth with the Inanna energy. You could be somebody who is interested in, like, doula, being like a birth doula, being a OBGYN with all this physical energy for sure. You could be like a surgeon. You could be somebody who is interested in, like, death doula, or even just, like, creating a body of work if you're interested in writing or something that deals with themes of life and death and rebirth. Or war. You might literally write about, like, a war figure. You might enjoy what I'm literally seeing in my head, Braveheart, or, like, movies about somebody who is brave, somebody who is, like, a leader, who is, like, a warrior. I'm really feeling warrior energy here. What else? I feel like you could be like you're a leader, and that could be in education, could be in the government, like I said, an organization. What else? Maybe even leading, like, retreats or, like, rituals in the community. could be. I think I already said you could be a CEO for sure. I think that advocacy could also be here in your life path, like advocating for the people who are the underdog. Like I said, you really care about the underdog. So you're somebody who can definitely like bring polarized groups together, or like bring things forward to government for polar or like a marginalized group or society, like the underdog in society. You have firmness and you have compassion. This is a really powerful, and you have a spiritual pursuit too. So your life purpose is to pursue these things hard, that speak to your heart, that speak to your soul, your gut, okay? And you have a very good instinct, I think, too. I think you can tell if people are being truthful very easily. You are somebody, I think that may be part of your legacy too. It could be to build like a family legacy or family traditions that have a long and lasting impact. Like with King and the Emperor, this is legacy as well. So there is something you are building that is going to last past your physical time here on this earth, okay? That is part of your soul's purpose, for sure. It could even be that you just like, especially with this energy of legacy, maybe it's even just raising children who have very strong values, these very strong values that you're going to pass on. This is part of your lifetime. You're good in a crisis. You're very good in a crisis, and you're good at intervening. You could be a really good teacher, and definitely a very good role model for young men and young women. Okay, I think maybe you could be a lawyer too, okay? Because there's this energy, like I said, of the underdog, like helping the underdog, or like being a, there's definitely like the father and the mother kind of energy here. Very strong energy. All right. That was so many messages that just came through very quickly. Let me think, is there anything else? Taking action, succeeding, you are very self-confident. Don't give up. You know, it might be easy for you to want to move on quickly from something. And that is part of your life's purpose, is knowing to move on quickly and not forcing things that don't work. But do remember to see things through to the end, so that you can really build that legacy. Like, don't abandon things halfway through, okay? That's very important for you too. It's also very important for you to be honest and also keep that compassion. Keep that listening ear open, like, so that you never become a king who doesn't listen to his people, or a leader, a queen who doesn't listen to her people, okay? So don't feel entitled. Don't feel that it just has to always be your way or the highway. You must listen to. So here's some advice as well for right now, how to get back on your path or more aligned with your soul path, your soul's purpose, or just some general information from spirit. So we have the 6 of Swords. Okay, so moving on from something to a better position. 9 of Wands, learning from your mistakes so that you can come to completion. For sure. This is that energy for me, right? Like, make sure you don't continue to make the same mistakes. You are, I don't want to say ruthless. You can be ruthless, but you have a lot of energy. You move forward quickly. So remember to reflect and learn from your mistakes so that you can complete cycles, like I said. And with 6 of Swords, like, there might be some stuff maybe you actually do need to move on from something right now onto something better. It's moving on from something, the 6 of Swords, that's can be causing mental problems in order to get more rest. So if there is something that's not working, it is okay to move on and jump forward and move on to the next thing. Yeah, the Magician came through. So you are a strong manifestor, if a manifestor in this lifetime. So it is important for you to move on and continue manifesting things, I feel, and learning from your mistakes, and then you'll build a bigger and better empire. But it is in your soul's purpose to build a lasting legacy. That's very important, which could be family, it could be an organization, having a part like that, investing, donating money towards some cause. You are here to make an impact, and you are here to be a hero, really, a leader, a hero and a leader. Okay. Advice from your angels. So the angel number 724. Travel. Experience brings growth. There is an adventure waiting for you, and it's in your highest good to pursue it. In new contexts and environments, your angels will bestow wisdom upon you. Where do you want to go? Plan a trip or an adventure, no matter how small, and know it's never a waste of time to experience new things. Even if you can't go on the trip now, make a vision board of future experience in full living color so you can be reminded of your goal every day. Yeah, you're a very goal-oriented person. It is definitely in your soul's path to have strong goals and to achieve them. So here we have the manifest travel. The Magician for me is a manifestation card, and then Six of Swords is moving somewhere. So definitely moving on from where you are currently right now is a good idea. There's something that's not working in your life, especially if you feel like you can't be assertive, like if you can't be in control, if you don't have anybody to stand up for, if you don't have any sort of following. You, like, it is your purpose to be a leader and to lead. So you do need to move on from something right now, to travel and get new ideas to move forward with. Learn from your mistakes and you will build something lasting and worth, like a lasting legacy. Okay. That is part of your soul's worth and purpose. Wow, that was a lot of messages, pile number 4. So if you enjoyed that reading, please, if you want to give a like to the video, that's really helpful for my channel. It's still pretty small right now, so that's very helpful. And of course, if you're not subscribed, I would love to see you in the next one. So if you would like, please go ahead and subscribe too. And of course, if it resonated, please give me, you can comment below and let me know how it resonated, or maybe what it is that you're working on, this thing that you're leading, this legacy that you're building. Okay, thank you, pile number 4. Until next time, bye-bye.